Okay, let's see. I am gonna wait for the Instagram to connect. But my name is Kiko. I have been on a high raw vegan diet for over 20 years now. And today I have a very, very special guest from, she is raw in Finland. So I think Instagram is now live as well. So now we are live on Instagram and YouTube. So, Lilla, welcome. I'm so
Thank
excited to
you.
have you here. Thank you for
So
being
nice to be here.
fantastic.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. It's my honor to have you. I have been, I've been quite impressed with your work, Lila. I'm getting chill because, when I look at your website, I was like, wow, this girl is an overachiever.
Yes, that's me.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So you are a very talented chef and recipe creator, also content creator for Instagram. You do your website beautifully as well. Did you hire anyone to do any of your work?
So far, not. I've been doing everything on my own. But
Uh,
I know I have to because I'm working constantly.
it is stunning. It is really amazing. So that's why I wanted
Thank
to
you.
invite you here, Lida. And I'm
Thank you.
really, really excited to get to know you better through my channel. So
Yes.
yes, you have been on a you have been on a high raw vegan or fully raw vegan diet for the 5 years, right? Last 5 years.
Yes. Um, I was completely fully raw about 3 years, and now I'm more high raw. I make some exceptions, but
Excellent. Yeah,
raw is my first choice.
that's fantastic. So do you want to share us first how you got to know, like how did you discover raw vegan diet?
Yeah, I was actually on Instagram. Some Finnish woman, which is really weird, was fruit based raw vegan in Finland. And I found that really weird and interesting. And I liked fruit, so I wanted to give it a shot as well. She looked so happy and beautiful and everything, so I envied that. I wanted that. So yeah, here I am now. I have it.
Oh,
Happy.
so okay, so you were mesmerized with her good vibes, and
Yes.
yeah, because you like the fruits. Okay, that's great. So that was
Yeah.
5 years ago, was it?
Probably a bit more than 5 years ago. Yeah. And
Okay.
I at that time I was struggling with my mental health a lot. I was an alcoholic as well. I used alcohol as a relaxing substance to have any kind of happiness in my life, and I basically didn't do anything except when I had alcohol. So my life was really bad.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very hard to imagine because I don't know you before, and you're so radiating, and you look so pure, and it's hard to see you before you were alcoholic. So, well,
Yeah, I know.
congratulations on that. So you have been off, like you have been sober since raw vegan diet, or
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
And I don't. Um, I suffered from depression and anxiety disorder, and they
Mm.
both went away in 1 week of raw vegan diet.
Oh wow.
So there's no going back.
And how long were you suffering from that
Ooh,
depression?
10 years at least.
Wow, that's amazing. 10 years
Yeah.
you were suffering, and in just such a short period of time.
Yeah. I couldn't even go out to the supermarket without
Wow.
putting a lot of makeup and maybe having one beer to cheer me up and everything. It was so difficult. I didn't see my friends. I didn't enjoy like anything without alcohol because everything was so uh, uncomfortable. I was so anxious. But yeah,
Oh, wow.
it
And
changed.
you like you have no makeup now, or
Ah, no.
What a difference.
Yeah, the skin is way more radiant and has color. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I was working on the thumbnail and I was looking at your skin before on conventional diet. And I was quite surprised because, again, I wasn't aware of your before. And when I look at your before photo of your, side face, you have lots of acne, right?
Mm.
And it seems so
Yeah,
clear. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I still have some scarring, of course, but
Mhm.
basically it's healed.
And again, no makeup.
Yeah, no makeup.
I just need to double check.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so that was an amazing like wake up call. And how did you feel? I mean, it seems like you have like a two different lifestyle from before and after.
Yes, it's like completely different life. Yeah.
But okay, so this one, you got to know about raw veganism just by chance on Instagram. And did you get to meet this lady or?
Nope. Actually, she disappeared before I even went raw. She disappeared from social media, so I don't know anything about her anymore.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So
But
she just gave
yeah,
you like a
she,
message, and she just.
yeah, inspiration, and that was her perfect purpose.
Oh wow, that's quite rare. That you know because it's such a different lifestyle, right?
Mm,
That
yeah.
a lot of us needs a lot of support to go through. So yeah, would you like to share a little bit more about your transformation and yeah, you the skin health and you talk about mental health. So.
Um. Well, I knew this kind of clean diet would help with the acne, and that was my
Mhm.
like my willpower to continue. But then I realized my mental health got so good, I didn't even care about the skin skin anymore. And
Right.
it took
Yes.
a long time to heal the skin because it's a long process. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I completely agree what you mean by that because one of the first reason I actually started was because of eczema and it takes a long time and even
yeah.
now I've been on this high raw vegan diet for over 20 years. If I eat like off balance, like if I eat lots of nuts, it will come
Mm,
back. And it in a
yes.
way it's a blessing, right? It's a blessing that
Yeah.
uh, that
We get a
there's a,
message from the
right there's
body.
right there's a sign that we can say,
Yeah.
oh okay, we have to balance back.
Yeah,
So
because a lot of nuts are like inflammatory, so it's a sign of your
mm,
from your skin to stop that.
right. Also I've got tons of questions, but so well it's been 5 years. How has it been for the transition? You said that for the first 3 years you committed to fully raw vegan diet.
Mm.
What can you explain a little bit more about your journey? The first maybe 3 years.
Yeah, it was really natural. I didn't have any cravings for anything else, so I wanted to eat that. It felt so
Wow.
good, and I felt so happy and clear minded and everything. I got my spiritualism back. I lost it with the alcohol, you can imagine. But that was awesome. Like such a life change. Yes. and
Wow. You
and
had
I
no cravings, like no like bread cravings or.
no, I didn't have, because I believed raw food romance about eating enough. And I really lived like that. I ate as much as I could and wanted ever, so I didn't restrict at all, and that helped. That
Wow.
was the key, not to
That
have cravings.
I am actually amazed because no matter in the beginning of my journey, no matter how much I stuffed myself, I still was
Mm.
dreaming of bread, like a very heavy German bread. So
Well,
that's amazing. And how did you deal with the social setting?
well, yeah, I avoided a lot of. Well, I lost many friends because I quit drinking. That was the key.
Mm,
And they didn't care about health, my old friends. So I just kind of lost the connection with them. But I
mm.
got so many new friends on Instagram, and I have met many raw vegans around the world. So that's awesome.
Yes, yeah, you do such a great job on your Instagram and website. And you've done quite a bit. So your website is very professional, Instagram is very professional. Your photos looks just like, professional photographer has taken that.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, I mean, so and you also run few retreat as well, right?
Yeah, I do courses and retreats.
Mhm.
Um, I've been doing them in Finland, but my plan is to also have some in Spain because my boyfriend is from Spain and we spend time in both countries. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So the retreat was in Finland.
Yes. There are raw vegans in Finland, but not many. But many are
Yeah.
interested.
Which season did you do that your retreat?
It was this summer and last summer. Yes, summer.
Interesting because I have visited Finland twice, Helsinki.
Oi!
Yes. And I
Oh.
remember how cold it was, and it was in July, and it was in July, yes, and it was a
Oh my.
connecting flight, and I had a friend, and he offered me to stay at his place, and
Mm.
I was I was freezing, and I was mentioning like, does it ever get hot here? It's like
Oh
he
my
said this is like the
god.
hottest weather, in summer,
It
and
does sometimes get to 30, but not every year.
right. So he offered me a sauna at his place
Oh, nice.
in midsummer in Finland.
Wow.
And I was in heaven. I felt
Yeah.
so good, and I felt so inspired that I said, whenever I have my house, I have to get sauna. So I
Yes.
have sauna in my house now. It's inspired by
Wow.
Finland.
Wow. So
Yes.
nice.
Right.
I
And
have a I have an idea to also build a sauna in Spain, in
oh,
our Spain home at the yard.
yeah, it's such a game changer. I thought that, only spoiled rich brat would have it, but this is like, oh, such a huge difference. And my friend in Finland, he explained to me sauna in Finland is just like a bathtub. Like here in Japan, no matter how small or how poor you are, everyone must have a bathtub. And it could be a very
Mm-hmm.
small bathtub, but
Mm.
it's something that we have all the time. And
Yeah.
he said that everyone has it. So
Yes.
yeah. So
It's good
anyway,
to soak in it and then scrub your skin is really good.
oh, it is beautiful. Oh wow. So you had your retreat in Finland. Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of food that you prepared for your retreat?
Well, it was a raw vegan and wellness retreat, so we had raw foods and we made them together as well. But
Mm.
then uh, it was not only about raw foods; it was more like everything healthy uh, activities, different kinds.
And yeah, so you're the one who prepared I mean the participant helped, but you're the one who created the recipe and shared for this
Yes.
retreat.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I mean, your recipe is amazing. I remember the last one that we had a raw party by Sky. You, yeah,
Yeah.
you have made the Finnish popular like sandwich ice, like cookie
Yeah.
ice.
Ice
That looks
cream.
so good, so good. I mean,
It
oh,
was. It was. Everyone who has made it has loved it.
oh, I can't wait to try it. That's amazing. So yeah, so you have your recipe creator, you do the retreat, you also do coaching, you do detox and
Hmm.
nutritional coaching. You have written
Yes.
recipe books. right?
Yeah.
And
all kinds of stuff.
all kinds of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
another thing that I was quite impressed with was your creativity in paintings.
Yeah.
That's I was quite impressed. So that you have been doing it since childhood, or like, can you share a
Kind
bit
of.
about your painting? Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother, late grandmother, was an artist. She used oil paints, but realistic portraits and um, well, I kind of, because of her, I started drawing and painting when I was a kid, and I got
Mm-hmm.
quite good. And I went to an art school. I didn't go to a normal school. I went to art based. I don't know how to call it.
Oh,
uh,
okay. Not university like specialty, but growing up you went to like art
yeah,
training
as a
school.
kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we have these special schools.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, and actually, when I was in my depressed time era, I started drawing these because I didn't really do much.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to like a real job world or social world. I was just depressed and home. So I started drawing, and I realized I can draw quite realistic,
Mm-hmm.
like the photo is. I had this kind of talent of focusing and doing really small, um, yeah. And then I made a huge cat for my family member, and everyone was like so shocked. Like, how could you do that? How did you do that? And I realized maybe this could be something to make a profession. But yeah, I like it and I still do it, but I have some spinal issues, so I can't draw a lot because it's like a static position to draw, so it's not good for my spine. But I do some drawings every month. Yeah.
Let me see if I can share your the screen to share what I mean. I was quite impressed. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it.
These are paintings.
Yeah, it's beautiful. This it's yeah, so like very precise, and yeah, it feels like it's even like photo. Yeah, and so this is like a universe um person in on the
It's
moon
a
or something.
person on the moon watching the planet Earth and
Earth
drinking
is
beer.
that's
So
beautiful.
I only do commission art. So this is not like my imagination. Someone ordered this and I made it.
Oh wow! So these are not just okay. You just it's been ordered, and then you.
Yeah, all of my paintings and drawings. Yes.
Oh wow! And yeah, you were mentioning that you have started it when you were depressed because you were not working during the time you were depressed.
I tried many things, but I just cried every day, every night. It was horrible. Because of my depression and anxiety, everything was difficult.
Wow, that's well, you're a successful artist. If someone is you know, you're not just drawing and then people just seeing, and I mean that you have to be well known already for them to
Yeah.
trust you. And I think yeah, there I just share some of the. This is the food part, nutritional coaching. You mentioned fasting, detox coaching, recipe. She's always quite beautiful.
Thank you.
So let's see, how do I stop sharing so we can see each other? Okay, so um, do you ever since you became raw vegan, do you see difference in your creativity or like drawing skill? Has it changed?
I don't think it has changed. The skill is there, if you practice, if you do it regularly. But because I don't do art from my head, I do what I'm told to do. So I don't really get to know my creativity in my drawings or paintings. But I notice it in the recipes and photos and things like that. Yeah. And I have a lot of ideas, like, so many. I could plan parties, and I'm like this kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
how
like
to put it in
yeah,
English, but
I think I can relate to you. Like I also have like that my creativity is like going like so crazy.
yes.
Sometimes I have to calm down because I know that
Mhm.
I can't do everything.
Yeah, I know. And I wasn't like this before. I actually felt like I don't want to do anything. Nothing is inspiring and interesting. Like I didn't like
Oh, wow.
anything. So it's so different now.
Wow, that's amazing. So so just 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago,
Mhm.
you were just not, you were just
Yes,
uninterested.
like yeah, five
Were
or
you
6 years ago. Yeah.
were you taking like a antidepressant medication?
No, I didn't. I was scared of those. I kind
Mm,
of already I was interested in my health a bit, so I was scared of the side effects, and I didn't
mm,
really trust. I haven't trust medicine ever.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Okay. So now it's been 5 years. You, even though you have incorporated some cooked food, you're still dedicated to raw vegan lifestyle. Like, what
Yeah.
keeps you going with this lifestyle?
Well, it's just um, I feel it when I have cooked foods. Immediately get worse. I
Mm.
notice quickly that it's not good for me. So that's why that's why I keep going.
So maybe you can explain from, you were fully raw for 3 years and you
Mm.
started to include, what was the reason that you started to include the, as a, like a cooked food? What was,
Well, it was mostly like I got relaxed about, like, I felt so good already. I was like, maybe I don't get that much of symptoms if I just go and eat in the restaurant with them, and
Mhm.
but I do. I still do. I don't feel good after. But I still make these exceptions nowadays, sometimes, because it gives me a bit of flexibility in my social
Mm,
life, my life outside of home and outside of work. I want to kind of have a bit of everything if it's
mm.
possible. But this is really not, I don't do it often, so it's quite balanced.
Yeah, okay. So what you mean by high raw vegan is that as long as you are alone and with your,
Yeah.
yeah, like family member, then you just stay raw vegan. But on the social
Yeah.
setting, you would eat out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I think
okay,
so.
okay. And so, what did your family members say? Like, it looks like you have changed completely over 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, at first, some of my family members were concerned that whether this is healthy or not. They felt like
Mm,
I'm gonna die because this is like dangerous because it's so different. Um, I understand, but as soon as they noticed that I got so much better and happier and I'm
mm,
still doing it,
mm.
they started to believe that this is the right way to for me to live, at least.
Okay, so they're supportive of you
They
now.
are supportive now. And my grandmother is actually like interested in trying now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
She was amazed when we calculated different meals. like a small plate of eggs and meat and potato, and it had like, I don't know, 2,000 calories or something. And my salad, which was like 10 times bigger, only had 400 calories. And she was like, "This can't be right. I want to try this. I like to eat."
Yeah, I think that's the biggest gift being a raw vegan. No, like we have like we can eat as much as we want, and I
Yeah.
think yeah that I think that's one of the reasons that this diet works for me because I love eating.
Yes. Me too.
Wow, so your grandma was interested in trying out your meals.
Yes.
Wow. And so when you go, when you say like, are you staying vegan or when you're stretching when you go out? What's your, I guess, rule when you are more flexible eating out?
Yes. Um, I don't go too into the details like ingredient list, but I choose the vegan options. Like
Mm,
if there is something like maybe something has egg powder or something, I don't
mm,
know. But I thought it was vegan. I'm not that like difficult customer
mm,
anymore. Like asking all the things. I'm a bit more relaxed.
I see. Yeah, and well, you have your Spanish boyfriend, right? So how
Yeah.
is it in a relationship? Is he raw vegan or vegan or?
We met actually on Instagram, and he was raw vegan.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh wow!
but he's not anymore. He had troubles gaining weight. He has rare autoimmune gut disease, and it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult to maintain the weight. So he was too skinny and couldn't get it up on a raw vegan diet and even on a vegan diet. So
Mm-hmm.
he's eating animal products now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's way better. So
Mm,
there are always exceptions.
right. Well, it's nice that he tried it and so he that he understands, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
He was
I
raw
feel
for many years.
oh because I think for this raw vegan diet lifestyle is unless you try it for like at least a month, you really don't understand what it is.
Mm,
Would you agree that?
yeah, I think more like a year or 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Longer it is, better it is. But I feel
Mm,
for myself, if I when I tried it for the first month, fully raw, that made a huge difference. I mean, even though on the second day, I felt wow, this kind of life existed. It's I think
mm,
you can probably relate to that because your
yes.
depression went away within a week
Yes.
or so, right?
For me, it was really easy, and I didn't have huge detox symptoms or anything. I just felt better and better and better the more I went. But
Wow.
some people get, if they try raw vegan diet from some kind of horrible diet, and
Mhm.
they jump into the raw vegan diet, they might feel bad the first month.
Mhm.
So they need to get like maybe slower um, transformation,
Mhm.
transform, or just when like longer than 1 month to see really.
Yeah, go gradually, be gentle, because there's no
Mm,
race, there's no competition. I totally agree with that.
yeah.
And I know that I mean, you share you travel quite a bit, right? And I love on your Instagram you share you travel across Europe with the
Yeah.
beautiful car. And I share with you offline that my husband and I we love traveling like that. Like simple. But would you like to share how you travel? You packed your juicer as well.
Yes. I always travel with my chooser. I have the small Nama J3 that I can. It's easier to travel with than other choosers, but yeah. If I go inside of Europe, we we go by cars usually. A car that we have a roof tent on top of our car, so we sleep in it unless it's like a crazy weather.
Yeah, I love that. I travel in a small car, but it's doable. But I have to organize, and like setting up the bed is bit of a bit of work.
Ah,
But yeah, but
yeah.
I love this kind of lifestyle where you can just sleep in the deep forest where there's no
Yeah.
straight light and the
Mm,
air is so fresh. And
yeah.
yeah, I don't know, I sleep so good in the
Yes.
yeah,
I,
nature.
I I agree. The quality of the sleep is better in fresh air, but you also wake up earlier because of the light,
Mm-hmm.
sun, sunrise.
Oh, you don't have a curtain?
Yeah, we do, but it's not like completely black inside.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah,
that good
yeah,
of a clock.
yeah. And so when you travel with your beautiful car, is you have like a plug-in that you can like Nama juicer can run with your car
Yes, we
battery.
have a big portable battery, or however you call them.
Uh-huh.
So we use it, and it charges when we drive, so it's handy.
Oh wow, that sounds really
Yeah,
fantastic.
like all I need on the road is, well, juicer is extra. I just love it. It's not like I need it, but I love it. All I need on my road trips are a huge bowl for salads, a fork, knife, and maybe the hand blender so I can make dressings and smoothies.
Mm-hmm. And when you travel, you don't find it difficult to find like a good source. I don't know, a certain kind of veggies. You don't
I
find
think
it.
it's easy to find a supermarket and buy whatever they have. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I find it easy.
So you're not like you don't have to prepare in advance which country
No,
you go, certain veggies that
no,
you can find. Really?
anywhere.
Wow. I do a lot of research before I leave
Oh,
because there are certain supermarkets doesn't carry, and if you're especially going to the countryside, they might like you might have to drive hours to get the fresh.
yeah, that might be. Yeah. So we have to shop every day and find a good big supermarket. Yeah. Or
Mm,
every other day.
hmm. So how often do you travel like this out of year?
Well, if we go from Finland to Spain, which is like 2 weeks of traveling, we don't do it often. Maybe once a year, a
Mm-hmm.
trip like that, and then smaller trips a couple of times a year, maybe
Mm-hmm. I see.
shorter.
Yeah, that's a long trip from Finland to Spain.
Yes, it's quite tiring, and working on the road is horrible. The connection and
Mm,
batteries dying, and oh,
right. Oh, okay. But okay, so for the first 3 years, did you remain in Finland or like because
yeah,
Finland is a very cold country, even in the midsummer,
yeah.
I felt it's cold. So
Mm.
how did you survive? Did you have to did you make like a warm soup to in the dehydrator or
No, I didn't feel any colder than on a normal diet. I don't know why. Maybe because I ate so much and I use these warming spices in my food. I use a lot of spices,
mm,
um,
what kind of spices?
like ginger and chili,
Mm,
turmeric, those kind of spices.
yeah, I definitely
Cinnamon.
add
Yeah,
more during the winter time.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I was in Finland for those times that I was fully raw, like no exceptions. And
Mm,
everyone wonder like how can you possibly do it in winter when it's minus 30 Celsius? And I was like, oh, I'm just wearing enough of clothes. What? I'm not gonna warm myself. Oh, well, maybe I had some herbal tea sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. But that's it. But
Mm-hmm.
because we had sauna, it
Mm-hmm.
makes us warm. And in Finland, the houses are warm inside. They're not cold in winter. So
Right.
only outdoors is cold. But I'm not like eating on my yard.
Mm-hmm. And in terms like produce, you didn't find it difficult to survive? Like like what kind of fruits do you get?
We have the same food like around the year. Like the supermarkets are quite good in Finland.
Okay,
We
what
have
can you share what kind of fruits do you get?
all fruits. There's like maybe the hardest to find is durian, but we have everything. Everything is imported, anyways. Only in Finland, we only grow apples and plums. Those are and berries, but everything else is imported of fruits, and so
So you have mango during winter?
yes,
Like fresh mango?
yes,
Wow. Pineapple,
yes,
ba-
everything, every time, all the time.
banana, cherry, apple, oranges.
Yes. They come from different countries depending on where the season is at that time. But yeah.
Oh, interesting. That kind of reminds me. I think in Netherlands, they it seems like they have a also good supply and they import
Hmm?
from everywhere.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I don't. Yeah, I don't remember. I wasn't raw vegan, was it? I'm trying to think if I was raw vegan. I was staying in a hotel, so I wouldn't know. It was a short stay
Yeah.
in Finland. So, and then so vegetable as well, like you have all year round.
Yeah, everything. Actually, in Finland, they grow tomatoes and cucumbers indoors in summer as well. So it's the same, like greenhouses.
Mm-hmm. And do you see the difference when you are in Spain?
Difference in what?
Because
In
when
what?
you're so you go back and forth, you travel around Europe, right? So difference in
Mm,
produce. Like in when I lived in France, and French people they respect a lot on seasonal fruits. So
mm,
yeah, like summer vegetable and fruits are very different from winter fruits and
yes.
vegetables.
Well, I
So
noticed that in Spain it's more difficult to find what you want because in Finland you can go to a supermarket and get it. But in Spain they're also seasonal. They don't have passion fruits all the time. They don't have mangoes all the time. So I can't really plan my meals as I used to.
wow,
I need to think like what is in season right now? What can I eat? I can't eat what I want. Yeah.
that's so interesting. I would never imagine that would be it. If I ever go back to Finland, that would be something I would be looking forward to. But I do remember I went to farmers market, like one of the famous farmers market in Finland. I think because I that's one of
Wow.
the my favorite thing to do when I travel abroad. First place I want to see is not museum; it's a
Mm,
farmers market.
they
And
really suck in Finland.
yeah,
They're really expensive and they don't really have much.
really? Okay,
I
so
don't know where did you go, but
so no locals don't go.
I don't have money for that. It's too expensive.
So locals just go for like a local grocery store.
Yeah, I think maybe rich people go. I don't know.
And how about organic produce in Finland?
Well, those big good supermarkets have organics, but smaller supermarkets might not have anything fresh organic. But um, seeds and nuts and things like that is easy to find, but the fresh stuff is more difficult because
Mm,
it's imported and it doesn't store well without
mm,
pesticides.
right. Okay, okay, I understand. Wow, interesting. you never know, right? Until you really visit and you ask the
Yeah.
locals on that. And yeah, so you have a lot going on, and what's uh, what's in the near future and long term? How do you see like in 1 year, or do you have like plans where you want to go, what you want to do?
Well, um, I hope to host more retreats and courses and
Mm,
online courses. So something about raw foods,
mhm.
the courses. But yeah, I'm quite open to ideas. But I have several recipe books planned, so I'm working on those right now. For this year, my goal is to publish three three more recipe books. So I will be busy on with those.
In this year?
Yes, because I have created these recipes for many years. So this year I'm making the books. Like now I have all the recipes and pictures and you know.
I see. Okay, so you're just accumulating what you have done and just
Yes.
finalizing to publish it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I can't wait. That must be so exciting.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work.
I bet, because you're a perfectionist, so that's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
to do a book and recipe book alone is it's a lot of work. And if
Mm.
it's someone like you who is professionalist, then yeah, I can understand. It's never ending. Like myself, I also published my first book this year,
Aha.
and yeah, and I did it. Well, I think that's is that. Were you part of the No, you were not part of the raw vegan
No,
bundle.
not this year. Maybe sometime.
Ah, okay, right. Yeah, so I got to know you from the raw party, with
Yes.
Guy. Yeah, so I participated on raw vegan bundle with Lisa, and
Mm.
it was just never ending. I just kept, I said, okay, this is it, I'm done. I just kept on working, 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 and then now I'm
Yeah.
working. Yeah, I'm working on the translation into Japanese because quite a few Japanese bought it, even though they don't read English. So they're
Ah.
doing, yeah, they're doing English translation. I mean, the Google translation.
Yeah.
It's really horrible. Oh, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, Finnish and English is a very difficult language, right? The grammar wise.
Mm.
And some people said that Finnish and Japanese has the grammar wise, we are very close. And some people said actually that there must be like a root, like, you know, Japan and Finland must have some kind of connection because the grammar is very close. Like there are certain
Yeah.
things that's very close. So that's why I know that
Yeah.
Finnish language must be very different from English. So when you do
Yeah.
the Google Translate, I don't know, maybe Finnish translation is not too bad, but if you do Japanese English Google Translate, it's really bad. So,
Well, it's usually bad from English to Finnish as well.
mm,
So that's why I made it myself. I have Finnish books separately.
mm. But I feel like Finnish people speak English really well.
You would think so, but I have noticed that not that good. Not that many actually.
Mm, mm. Yeah, so you're also dealing with two languages on one
Yes.
same product. Yeah, so yeah, for
Double the
me,
work.
yes, double the work for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I've been working on the translation, and now I'm doing the Japanese. I'm thinking, oh, I have to update the English version, so it's like a
Yes.
never ending
Yeah,
project.
I
So
know.
yeah, Lila, you were mentioning that you wanted to focus maybe on more. You wanted to do more retreat, and what do you like about retreat?
Ah, is in my personality that I like to host. Like I have always like to host parties, like
Mm,
organize and host it. I don't know why. It's like my own show or something. I don't know.
Oh
But it's
wow.
quite natural for me.
Mm-hmm. And before you did have you done? So you've done some other. Uh, you organized like different party before this retreat.
Parties when I was partying. So yes, when I used alcohol, I did that.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
actually, I still do some, like my family's kids' birthdays or something. I like to organize them, plan
Oh.
them, and host.
Yeah, you must be very organized to do that. I'm thinking
Yeah.
I like organizing, but I find it a bit frustrating because I just have too many ideas and I have to be very organized. I have to have that mindset
Mm.
like, oh, yeah, okay, you have to focus on something and yeah, be mindful. Otherwise, it just gets quite crazy.
Yes.
Inter- Interesting. So the retreat in Finland, is that for Finnish people?
Well, so far only Finnish people joined, so but it's not limited to that because my boyfriend will be there and he speaks not Finnish, English and Spanish, so everyone with those languages are welcome.
Okay, so you're welcome. I mean, you can do both languages, Finnish
Yeah.
and English. And how big is your retreat, if you don't mind? How many
It
people?
was a weekend
Mm-hmm.
so far,
Oh,
and
good.
I also was working on another raw food retreat in Finland, which was not mine but others, and I was working there, and that was 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
They're different, but um, I'm planning to make 1 week retreats in Spain, so
Mm-hmm.
like more like a holiday retreat, not like a
Oh,
working camp. Let's do these recipes.
how many people can join your retreat?
So far, I don't know because I'm not sure uh,
Mm.
where to do it, but we'll see.
The retreat you have done, was it in a hotel or how did it work, the
No,
location?
it was like kind of a mansion in the countryside. Mansion?
Mm-hmm.
Do you call it mansion? By a lake.
Mm-hmm.
So really quiet, calmful, yeah, like nature place.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds amazing. I remember my friends in Finland mentioned how beautiful they like doing weekend trip into forest, and they were
Yeah.
saying that Finland is an excellent place for
Yes.
going
Camping.
away. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can put the tent anywhere in the forest. Like the forests are free to camp in
Oh,
Finland.
any forest?
Yes.
Oh wow! Can
Yeah.
you use fire or?
Fire only in the places that are meant for that, and not when it's too dry. You have to
Mm.
check online if it's like too dry for lighting up a fire.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. And you don't have to pay for the place?
No, you don't have to pay for the logs or anything. So everything is like our forests, like these national forests that we have a lot. They have many camping areas with roof, these roofs to sleep under, uh, logs to put up the fire, and toilets. These dry toilets,
Oh,
so
wow.
fully
Wow.
equipped.
Yeah, and that's so the it's part of like a public
Yes.
it's available
This
for
is like
public.
our right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, that makes sense like why my friends love camping every weekend.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's so easy because
Wow.
in Spain we can't find a place to go. Everything is like closed or not allowed to go in, or you can't put a tent
Mm-hmm.
anywhere except like some places that you have to pay or something. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Wow. Well, that's great. Well, I really appreciate you sharing. I mean, there's so much going on with you, Lila, that, I wish you a good luck for your 3 books to be published
Thank
this
you.
year, right?
I need it.
And you have quite a few ideas. So I wish you all good luck of all your projects, and I'm definitely, cheering you from behind. With I love checking your Instagram. It's always so beautifully well done. And yeah, you were mentioning that you were not feeling comfortable to share your face in the beginning,
Mm.
but
I'm still not really fully comfortable, but I care less.
yeah, it's so interesting because yeah, I mean, you're obviously quite successful on Instagram, and you don't know that there's a, you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's a shy person behind it.
That's
Yeah.
that's nice to hear, though. I think for me as well, I really I don't feel comfortable coming into public, but
Mm,
if I keep on hiding, like, then I can't share this important message. So
exactly.
I do an effort for that.
Yes, for better purposes. Yes.
Yes, exactly. So, is there anything else? Like, I just want to make sure that I covered. Yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything I wanted to ask you. Is there any message that you wanted to share?
Oh my God. Um. eh, I'm speechless. Message. I have too many messages for everyone. Yeah. Maybe if we think about this raw food lifestyle, mm, if you're drawn to it, you need to either surround yourself with other raw vegans or get a coach in the beginning to know
Mhm.
how to do it, because so many people do it wrong because they didn't know how to, and then they feel like lost, like, oh, this didn't work for me either, like life is just not working for me. But
Mm,
I know this is the perfect lifestyle, and I would like to show everyone how to do it and
mhm.
prove everyone.
Yeah, that's a strong message, and that's why you're living the example, right? You're doing coaching,
Yeah.
and you make it easy for people to reach out for different price setting. And
I hope so.
yeah, I definitely agree. You're one of the rare one that you just kind of found your way, right? You were on your
Yeah.
own, and you just learned on your way. Were you making? Mhm.
I had some coaches, but not many. Like I asked help and I followed a lot on Instagram, like examples. But yeah, for me, it was, for some reason, for me, it was quite easy to
Mm,
start this lifestyle, this transformation. But it's not like that for everyone. And I know
mm,
my clients have struggled a lot,
mm,
but I've been able to help them.
mm.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that as well. Yeah, guiding people, and I could have definitely learned something in the beginning of my journey as well. So
Mm,
fantastic, powerful message. So reach out to Lila if you need like personal coaching. Again, she's got a different pricing. And it's important that you reach out to someone that you resonate with, right? That's
yeah.
it's we have there are quite a few raw vegans nowadays on social media that
Yeah.
important, not so much of a nutritional knowledge, but I do feel that if you can connect with that person, you can work better with that person.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But everyone has their own style. Like not all raw vegans are the same, or they eat the same.
Right. Yeah.
Like quite multi-dimensional
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, because when I started doing raw vegan, that was over 20 years ago, and I definitely didn't see much of a varieties, and I felt like it has to be in certain way, otherwise you're not doing it well. Then now there's so
Yeah.
many of us on social media that you just have to find what works for you, but there are certain basics you
Yes.
have to know to make it successful for long term.
Yes. True.
But it's beautiful. Well, thanks for the message, Lila. Well, again, thank you
Thanks.
so much for your time, and I was very excited and happy to get to know you a little more. And we'll
Thank you for having me.
we'll stay connected, and I hope everyone enjoyed this live and learned something interesting. And if you're not following us, please do hit the subscribe and like. You can find Lila from her website. I have shared her website on the description in my YouTube channel. And so okay, well, see.
But it's
It's
rawinfinland.com.
so easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Bye.
thank you.
you. Bye.
Bye.